Oh, I'll tell you what, I was listening to some Bible stuff. They did the Book of Esther. It reminded me just how beautiful the Book of Esther is. It's one heck of a book. Well, especially the point where, I think it's Haman is trying to kill the Jews. He hates the Jews. He's trying to get all the Jews killed. He's put a decree that basically says, right, on this day, we're going to kill all the Jews. He's basically got the king to sign off on it. The king then marries Esther, who happens to be a Jew. But she's a Jew that sort of doesn't really live the Jewish life, certainly doesn't show it in the way she lives. But then, a night or so before, Esther becomes aware because, what's his name? Malachi, I think. Malachi is his name. Similar to that, anyway. Her uncle tells her the plight of the Jews and asks her to help, so she arranges to bring this Haman along with him. So, the night before this banquet, the king can't sleep, so he goes to look through his chronicles, basically like his diaries of the past. And he finds out that actually Malachi, her uncle, saved his life, saved the life of the king. When guards were trying to kill the king, this Jewish man highlighted the king to what these guards were doing and prevented them from killing the king. So the king then realised, I've got to do a favour for this person. This person saved my life. I owe this person everything. Well, of course, his sort of rich advisor, Haman, was planning to execute Esther's uncle. Basically have him put on a pike. He had the pike all made. And so, Esther then revealed to the king what Haman was trying to do. And the king decided that it had to be Haman who was on the spike. But then, it shows how brutal it was. Esther then asked the king to make sure that all of Haman's 10 sons are killed as well. It's like, Jesus, really? That's harsh, isn't it? You're going to be glad we weren't alive then. That was brutal. Really brutal. If you did something, then your whole family could be killed. Because you did something. You offended someone to that degree, then your whole family could die as a result. Come here, Jacob. Jakes, come on, this way. What you got, Babs? I've got no idea what you've got, but he's tearing it to pieces anyway. Gracie, stop attacking Riley. Calm it down, Gracie. Yeah. Do you want exactly stand back from it? Alright, no fighting. Hang it up. Be nice. You okay, Riley? And then we'll have a go at Riley. Don't worry about it, Smiley Riley. Hey, my boy. Don't worry, Bubba. You get another bot, Riley. Sorry about that, mate. They saw these bot, and then they had a go at everybody. Right, so Esther. Beautiful. What a beautiful book that was. I remember reading it years ago, and one reason why Esther is also so beautiful is because the story of Esther is similar to the point where the devil believed that by getting Yeshua crucified, he was basically ending what Yeshua was trying to do, without realising that that's exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to be crucified so that on him, that by his stripes we are healed. And that when he went into hell, he paid for the sin of every single human being. He paid the price for every sin. So that sin no longer had its power. That death no longer had its grip on humans. Because the price was paid. He paid that price. So, What you got? Oh, it's a biscuit packet. That's what you mean, carrying, or crisp packet. Okay. Either way, you mean carrying it around. Okay. No, bot. Okay. There you go, Smiley Riley. Let Covie have her one. Look at her carrying around the bot now. She's only just started doing that the past 2 weeks. She's definitely Mollie's girl. Mollie, yeah. Well, Chewie's granddaughter. Definitely, yeah. Carrying a bot around. Nutter. Well, then before that, I was watching one on Samson. And again, read that story. That is a story and a half. Because you've got a situation where Samson goes into Philistine and meets this woman and says, oh, I like. Goes back to mum and dad and says, mum and dad, get me that girl. And mum and dad say, excuse me, first of all, she's not part of us, is she? But we then learn that God had planned this because God wanted Samson to be at war with the Philistines. So God planned it that the Philistines would then murder the woman he loved and her dad. That Samson would then hate the Philistines and do what he could to wipe them off the face of the earth. But Samson had a weakness. And the weakness was a pretty woman. And Samson was quite stupid when it comes to pretty women. Yeah? Because that original woman that he liked, you know, he gave a poem to the Philistines at the feast where he was supposed to marry this woman. And he said to the Philistines, if you get the answer, you know, for this, it wasn't a poem, it was a, I don't know, whatever it was. Basically a rhyme, but you've got to say what the rhyme means. It was lion and bee, I think, was the answer. Talking about lion and talking about honey and the bee. And so anyway, he said, if you can do that, I'll give you 30 changes of clothing. Now, a change of clothing was a great honour in those days. It was a great gift to bestow. He said, but if you don't get it, you've got to buy me 30. So anyway, this woman, the Philistines persuaded her to go to him and say, please, can you tell me the secret? Come on. What's the answer to the question? So he gave her the answer. She then went and gave the answer to the Philistines, who then went and gave the answer back to him just as he gave it to her. So there's no way they would have known it without her giving it to them. So of course he fell for her in that way, and she conned him. She was used by the people and he fell for that because she had a pretty face. Then Delilah 3 times came to him and said, how can you be bound? You know, so you can be taken away. And on 2 occasions he lied to her, some of the ways that he could be bound, and she bound him in those ways and he got free. But he still believed that for some reason she liked him, even though she was trying to find out how he could be caught and handed over to the Philistines, because that was her aim. Now, any person using their brain, not their penis, would have figured that out. He was thinking with another part of his anatomy, clearly. Weakness of a lot of men. But Samson, a lot of people would imagine with Samson was supposed to be the strongest man who ever lived, right? A lot of people would imagine him incredibly muscular. Incredibly muscular. Well, actually, he wouldn't have been muscular at all, because the strength didn't come from what he did. The strength came that when the power of God came upon him, then he was strong. Then he was incredibly strong. And a lot of people thought, okay, even Christians thought, that the power came from his long hair. No, it came from the covenant he had with God. And part of that covenant was that he wouldn't have his hair cut. That was simply part of the covenant. He wouldn't have his hair cut and he wouldn't drink alcohol. That was the covenant. As long as he did that, God would have his back. And God would give him the strength that he needed to wipe out any army. But of course he told Delilah the secret, and she cut his hair, and yeah. But then why the blinking noise did the Philistines piss him off by taking out his eyes? That was a rather stupid thing to do, wasn't it, really? You've got this character who's beaten the crap out of your people, who decimated your armies, and then you cut out his eyes, but then leave him and allow his hair to grow back. Huh? There's a lot of stupidity around in those days, wasn't there, really? Truly. A lot of stupidity. But some of these stories are wonderful in so many ways. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I say Esther. Oh. Now come this way. Come. Yeah. I say one of the difficulties with the Old Testament is that we see this God that is a judgmental God. We see this God that is a God that Riley, that was very sensible. Riley had it, he gave it up to Covie, because Covie probably would have had a go at him if he didn't. She's a sod, she is, isn't she? She's always a sod to Riley. Poor little Riley. Hey, poor little Riley. Oh, the poor baby. He's a poor little boy. Hi Grace, how you doing, bub? You're getting a bit wet now, aren't you? Yeah, you do. Okay. Yeah, in those days, yeah, brutal. And yeah, God was a God who judged, and yeah. There was no mucking around at all. Whereas now we're in the New Testament, completely different. But when people look at the Old Testament, you can understand where the Jewish people were looking for a warrior type. Yeah, maybe Archangel, Michael, they were looking for, really. They were looking for him to come down. Whereas what they got was Yeshua. They got the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, but what they were looking for was a warrior type, to deal with the Roman army, to deal with their oppressor, to set them free, to lead them back to the promised land. Whereas what they got was someone who was going to deal with their spiritual enemy, which was death and sin. But they were looking for the physical. Well, they were looking for the physical because all through the Old Testament it was really the physical that was dealt with. And God sent mighty warriors and prophets and all that sort of stuff. But that wasn't the case in the New Testament. Hello, my boy. How you doing, Smiley Riley? Here comes Coves. Here she comes. There's Covie. Hello, Coves. How you doing, bub? Tower's up. I see that. You having fun, Coves? Good walkies? Good walkies for Covie. Look at that tower. That's a curly tower, isn't it, eh? Having fun, Micky. Micky's got a very curly tower, isn't it? Eh? Who's in there? Who's got in there? Jacob, good jump. Jacob got in there and jumped over. Well done, Jakes. Good jump, my boy. Oh, we're starting to see him. Oh, yeah. He's getting big. His character's starting to come through now, Jakes. Huh? But yeah, biting with the paper and cardboard, not a good thing. He's got to learn not to do that. Just make one heck of a mess. Stop it. No, we've got enough mess. Please don't do that. Well, they're biting the, downing out of the duvets as well and all stuff like that. one of the duvets. Yeah, if they can get to the duvet, they start biting the hole in the duvet so they can bite the innards out of it. Look, they're your duvets. I'm not going to buy any more duvets for you. They're your duvets. There's a lot of money's worth on that floor. Seriously, there is. But there's two very expensive duck down duvets on the floor. Yeah, that cost about 500 quid for the both. Yeah. Very expensive on the floor. They're on the floor for them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, beautiful duvets in the sense of, yeah, the last one I got that's on the floor now, that one was lovely in so many ways, you know, temperature-wise, beautiful. But you still kept on having little bits of, yeah, feather coming out and sticking in your skin during the night, which is really annoying. So it's like, right, dog can have, there you go. When you have sleep apnea, you don't want anything to get in the way of your sleep. Yeah, you wake up enough, have these little prickly things getting into you. Oh no, you don't want that. That's annoying. No, you can. No, that duvet can sod off. Gone. Don't want that. No. What's that at the moment? At some point I had the fan on. Well, it's a great fan, really good fan. Yeah, it circulates the air, so you get like a tornado sort of effect with the fan. Yeah, so it spreads the air a bit more through the flat, which is great. The problem is it's at the height of the bed, and it does produce some good cold air. But during the night, it gets slightly colder because obviously things like the projector is turned off, so therefore that's not providing any heat, is it? Other things are turned off, they're not providing heat. You know, doggies are laying down, they're resting, they're not playing anymore, so therefore their bodies aren't quite so hot, so therefore the temperature in the room goes down a bit. You've still got this fan producing cold air, suddenly you start getting a bit too cold. And that's not good. Well, especially with these pups peeing on the floor. You get up and you stand into a great puddle of pee. Get here! Oi! Here now! Here now! Get here! Get here! Here now! Anna! Get here! Here! Oi! No more jumping. Pack it up! Pack it up! Oi! Ah! Ah! Pack it up! How you doing? That's one heck of a jacket you got on.
It's a blanket.
Alright, cool. Right, stop jumping. Covie, you're in that case. She's a pup, but she's an absolute nutter.
That's like my dog.
She's about 7 months old, but she just jumps up. Alright, absolute nutcase. What sort of dog you got?
Last actually. I only have one.
Oh, okay.
But he's mental.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some mental ones here as well. Indeed. Right, we'll get you home, take you in the car. Are you going down that way?
Yeah.
Right, you have a good one. Have a safe walk. Come on. No, as I say, with nut cases, you know, peeing on the floor and that sort of stuff, not good. So the fan's turned off now. It's been turned off for a long time now. A couple of weeks, I just turned it off and just, yeah, solid. Well, I don't mind the noise of the fan, that's fine, you can sleep through that. But you just get the cold air, and Chewie doesn't seem to like it either, so it's like, okay. Right, yeah. Yep. It is what it is, yeah. Oh dear. Tired actually now. Oh. That's the thing with not having peace and not being able to find peace. You know, being able to sleep, being able to rest is a struggle, more of a struggle. The less at peace you are, the more difficult it is to sleep, isn't it, really? So, yeah. And put it this way, certainly from a Christian point of view, it's easier because you just say, Let God decide what's going to happen. Move! Now, leave it. Leave it. Go. Come this way. Don't know what they do. Enough fighting. Come on. What was that big soul scream for? Jesus. You just run in. What'd you do? Run into something? No idea. Well, a heck of a scream that was. Yeah. Yeah, the peace. Yeah, you've got to have that. Yeah, but as I say, it's about, as from a Christian point of view, just realising, Lord, you're going to decide what happens anyway. Really? Yeah. Really, that's the thing. Yeah, you're going to decide what happens anyway. And really, it's just about not responding. Just go, okay. Yeah, it's like the people above. They come out with more accusations. Just say, okay, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Say what you want to say. Call in whatever authority you want to call in. You know, fine, I'll deal with it. Okay. No worries at all. So when you're dealing with people that want to see you by the worst case scenario all the time, then yeah, you just, why even try? Why even bother with that? Yeah, these people just no. Just don't bother. Don't bother. But that's what I said ages ago. That's why I sent the video today. There would never be any attempt at being friends with these people, not in any way, shape or form. Even years down the line, because if they're capable of this, then they will be at any point in time. And once you know that, put it this way, they might not be doing this to me, but they'll be doing it to someone else. And this is not something I could ever condone as okay. So, yeah. But if you can't trust people like that, you can't trust people like that, can you? Anyone that's going to try and see you from the worst case scenario, you can't let them in. You can't trust them in any way, shape or form with anything. No. That's the point. I mean, do you let it change who you are and how you do things? No, not really. I mean, look, if I have issues with a dog and they ran into the car, I'm still going to carry him back and tell him off as I'm carrying him back. I'm still going to let them know that their behaviour is not acceptable. Because whether they understand all of me, they don't understand the tone, and they know that that tone is because of what they've done. That means hopefully they won't keep doing that. And coming out the car when I call them is important. They need to learn to do that. They need to learn to do as they're told, don't they, really? And then, well, come on, let's do yours. It's for their benefit, really. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not something I'm going to stop doing. It's just something I'm going to be aware that, okay, if I give these people the impression that something, they're going to make this nasty accusation. But okay. Come here, Chewie. When I say come here, I don't mean stand there facing away from me. You want for me to walk up around you, you know. Right, get here, young lady. Come on. Locki. Let me do your collar. Good girl. Here you go, both. Now you can go there, all excited. Where's your collar still on? Come here. Come here, Locks. Locki, come. Locki, come. So what's your collar at? Still on. One sec. I can't see it. There you go. Off. There you go. Come here. Teri. Jacob. Covie. Come on. Do your collar. All your collars need to be done. Teri. Jacob. Come here, my boy. Do your collar. Jacob, come here. Do your collar. Good boy. Lucy. Luce. Come here, Luce. Might as well deal with these first. Get them in the car, sort of thing. Micky. Come here. Teri. Teri. Titus! That'll do, get them in the car. Let's get the ones in this back who's going in the back. Mollie, get in. Amber, come. Amber, get out. Come here, I called you over a while back. Oh, you finally bothered to show up, did you? Okay, you finally bothered to show up. In you go. Who else is going? Gracie, in. In, Grace. Lucy, get away. Move your bums. All of them, yeah? Yeah, you're all in? Good, okay. I think so. Got to be careful with them because, yeah, they put their towels out, they put their feet out in the area. Chewie, move. Get in there, Chew. Move in there. Go on, Luce. And Chew, move. Amber, move over. Go on, Micky. There should only really be 3 in there, but with Amber, if I put Amber in there with them, then Amber and Gracie can start kicking off. Chewie, move over. That'll do. You figure it out. I don't care. Figure it out between you. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing about the piece. That's why I said, you know, if you can get the piece and find it, keep it, then that's going to be far more important. Yeah. That's what I said. Your things like find things to do. Go for a walk in the woods. Take a phone, do a video, and even if you end up deleting the whole thing, yeah, get things off your chest. Very useful. Highly useful to do. Because sometimes when you get things off your chest, you can get it off your mind, can't it? Because that's the thing. Having your mind working like that. Ugh. So to me, yeah, looking at things like news, watching things like talk radio and seeing the things they're talking about, and yeah, they showed something the other day where a minister, as in government minister, was horrified at the fact that they are going to start giving the vaccine to children. Yeah. Yeah. You should be completely very horrified by that. But you see stuff like that, that gets on my mind, and you get some in mind about what's the church doing about it, what should the church be doing about it, how can we fix that. All of that gets on my mind as well. So, yeah. But that's the thing, yeah, looking at things like Esther, looking at things like Samson, yeah, what you learn is that God has a plan. Yeah, God put Samson in the position he was in for a reason. There was a purpose behind it. Like the person said in the video, at one point the Jews come and got Samson and handed him back to the Philistines, not realizing that God basically gave the Jews Samson as a way of leading them to victory against the Philistines. The same people that they were giving him back to as a prisoner, basically. So they handed him over to die, but he was the one that God had sent to lead them to victory. Crazy, isn't it? As I say, bigger picture. They didn't see the bigger picture, but there was a bigger picture. But they didn't see it. Yeah. If only we could see the bigger picture. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, but we can't. But we can look back and see the picture so far, and we can still look back and see God working in our lives, or what God has done in the past. Very useful to do that sometimes. Yeah, occasionally go and do that because it helps. Anyway, I better get these dogs home and get them fed. You take care, God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.